Hey guys, thanks for the click and welcome back. I recently bought these boxes on Amazon because I thought it would be cool to engrave on the top surface of the box and give them away as gifts. However, these boxes are over a ½ inch thick, and my Glowforge research finds that ½ inch is the maximum thickness to safely place on your crumb tray for engraving, and this is why. I place 4 different thicknesses of material from 1/8 of an inch up to 3/4 of an inch on the surface of the crumb tray. Now when I slide the print head over the material, it passes safely over all the thicknesses until it gets to the 3/4 inch material. It's not the laser head module that you have to worry about, it's the air assist fan vent that crashes into the material, which could damage the Glowforge and cause you to ruin your material or both. And most important is that this ½ inch maximum thickness requirement is the set range where the Glowforge can properly focus onto the surface of the material. Anything above or below this range, the Glowforge will have a hard time focusing. So if you want to engrave on material that is thicker than a ½ inch, you're going to have to start off by taking out the crumb tray. And in this video, I'm going to discuss the steps I took to engrave material that is thicker than a ½ inch. And I'm also going to make a gauge that's going to make it super easy. So let's go ahead and get this video started. I started off by drawing the bottom base of the Glowforge, and you can see the dimples on the bottom of the base. When the crumb tray is inserted, it fits snugly in the dimples. Next, you have your laser head module and the ½ inch material that we have determined to be the safe zone for engraving on the surface of the crumb tray. But when you engrave thicker materials, you will have to remove the crumb tray. Once removed, you will have to know the distance from the base of the Glowforge to the top surface of the crumb tray. To determine this distance, you will have to take 2 measurements of the crumb tray. I will zoom in on the area of the crumb tray that I will be measuring. These measurements will be made with the crumb tray out. The first measurement that I will take is from the base of the Glowforge to the top lip of the crumb tray. The second measurement is from the top lip of the crumb tray to the top of the crumb tray surface, or honeycomb surface. Here's a front-on view of my crumb tray, and you can see the feet that fit in the dimples of the base. When taking the first measurement, feel for the feet and place the jaws away from the feet. Close the jaws. My first measurement was 1.482 inches. This is the second area that I will be measuring. I'm going to take it from the top lip of the Glowforge to the top surface of the honeycombs. I will be using my calipers, but I will be using the other end of the calipers where you see a flat bar that goes in and out. I'm going to place the bottom of my calipers perpendicular to the top lip of the Glowforge. I'm going to open up the jaw till the flat bar makes contact with the honeycomb surface. My measurement came out to be 0.1395 inches. Now that I have both measurements, I simply take measurement A, which was 1.4820 inches, and I will subtract measurement B, 0.1395 inches, from measurement A, and that will give me measurement C, which is 1.3425 inches, and that is the distance from the base of the Glowforge to the top surface of the crumb tray. Since we now know that the ½ inch material is our safe zone area, we can add 0.5 inches to the 1.3425 inches, and that will give us our maximum height of 1.8425 inches that we can engrave from the bottom base of the Glowforge. Now that I have these 2 measurements, I can design a thickness gauge and cut it out on the Glowforge. This gauge will be used to determine how far up to prop your materials to get it into the sweet spot or the safe zone. So let's turn on the Glowforge and cut out this gauge. Here is the finished thickness gauge. I added a little paint and a base so it could stand on its own. I also scored some tick marks on the side. These tick marks are an 1/8 inch apart. Now here is an example. If you have 1-inch material, simply place it next to the gauge. Now starting with the first tick mark that is above the material, count the ticks until you get to the engrave zone. In this example, I counted 3. So I simply get 3 pieces of 1/8 inch material and I stack them up together. I then get my 1-inch material and I place it on the stack. Now I push it up against the gauge and the 1-inch material now falls within the engrave zone. It doesn't matter where in the engrave zone it falls as long as it doesn't fall below or above the zone. This project started because of the small boxes I bought on Amazon. So let's get that box and take a measurement with the thickness gauge. Luckily, when I place the box next to the gauge, it is tall enough that it falls right within the engrave zone. So all I will have to do is place it on the base of the Glowforge. No height adjustment necessary. I'm also going to want to engrave this side of the box, so I'll turn the box 90 degrees and place it up against the gauge. And luckily again, the surface falls within the engrave zone. So all I will have to do is square the box on the base of the Glowforge and do an autofocus, set the speed and power, and start engraving. And for my last example, I removed the lid from the other box I bought from Amazon and I took a measurement. This measurement determined that I was going to have to place 5 1/8 inch pieces to get it into the engrave zone. So let's load these items onto the base and get them engraved. I used a few pieces of 90-degree scrap material to square up the box to the base of the Glowforge. This is the view from the Glowforge app. I next clicked on the 3 dots, then I clicked on Set Focus. I moved the cursor to the center of the box and I clicked the mouse button once again. The laser head module will then travel to that area to set the focus. Next, I load up my SVG file and center it over the box. I set my speed, power, lines per inch, and number of passes. Once I'm satisfied, I click the print button to start this engrave process. Well guys, this wraps up another video. I hope I was able to clear up some of the questions you had about how to engrave with the crumb tray out. It's really pretty easy. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And if it happens in my world, I'll more than likely make a video of it. Have a great day and God bless.